Hey, this is the main man, and today I'm going to teach you how to Wavedash. Wavedashing in Tekken is a very technical maneuver compared to a lot of other games where you can Wavedash. And now you can Wavedash in like games like Super Smash Bros. In some instances in like Street Fighter and stuff. In those games you basically just mash a couple of buttons, but in Tekken it's a very technical input. You have to input quite a lot of directions. What it is basically is a lot of crouch dashes in a row, and a crouch dash is performed by pressing forward, then letting go of your stick or your D-pad for a neutral very briefly, and then inputting down and slide into the front down diagonal, DF. So you want to practice this very slowly. A lot of people, when trying to learn the Wavedash, they get quite ahead of themselves and try to do like 20 in a row, like just go mashing wild. But you know, as a professional gymnast would do, they would not go for the double back tuck at once. They would start with the back handspring and then the regular back tuck, and that's what we're going to do here. I learned the Wavedash basically by first trying to just cancel a regular crouch dash. I took it very slowly. I wanted to learn how to cancel my crouch dash into a forward attack, and this is very easily done. You just do your crouch dash and then input forward and the button corresponding to the attack you're going for. In this case I'm going for forward 2. So if I were you, I would practice this for a while until you have this done, you have this no problem. So what I'm doing is I'm cancelling, as you saw there, I'm cancelling my crouch dash just by pushing forward. And this is basically what you do in a Wavedash. You do your crouch dash, push forward, and here you input another time the neutral down forward to basically just do another crouch dash. So after you've got this part down, you can start very slowly trying to do a crouch dash and cancel it into another crouch dash. Try to input it very slowly with control rather than mashing. Try thinking it like doing 2 crouch dashes and cancelling that into a forward attack, so that you can practice this during versus games if you do play online or against some friends. Because a Wavedash is something that takes so much practice that it has to become natural. So implement it as soon as possible into your game, even though you're horrible at it. Just try to do it as often as possible, and it will come much faster. So basically what we're doing here is a double crouch dash into a forward attack. You're probably not doing this as fast as I am. You're probably not able to do this at all if you just started out today trying out the Wavedash. But I'm just trying to tell you how I'm just showing you in chronological order my process of learning the Wavedash. But of course it took me months to reach a level where I could do like 3 consecutive crouch dashes very quickly in sequence. The importance of knowing the Wavedash is, I mean, most people want to learn it because it looks cool, but it does have its uses, of course. I mean, you cover ground extremely quickly with the Wavedash, so it's very useful I mean, the typical Mishima setup is basically knocking someone down and then wave dashing into their face with a 50-50 mix-up. There's a lot. People can do a lot to counter this by. There are so many ways of getting up in Tekken that, as a Mishima player, you really have to adapt your opponent. You have to quickly see through his pattern. Like, how does he like to get up? Does he like to tech roll a lot? Does he back roll, whatever, because you have an answer for all of those. Wave dashing into a back roll catch, wave dashing into a 50-50 mix-up on a tech roll, or if he likes to get up kick, you just wave dash into a full hold, or wave dash into a back dash into an electric to whiff punish him. I mean, it's all up to you, of course, but it's a very useful move to know. So as I said, start out slowly, just learn how to do a single crouch dash smoothly. When you can do that 10 out of 10 times, you go into a crouch, you will try the crouch dash into the forward cancelling, cancel it into a forward attack first. When you're comfortable with that, you'll be able to do this crouch dash into basically a cancel. So when you have that, try to do 2 in a row very slowly. And of course, when you can do 2 in a row slowly, you try 3 in a row slowly. I would try to have the slow wave dash consistently before I would try to speed it up. So try to be able to do this before you try any light dashing or stuff like that. And of course, the wave dash becomes a completely different thing going from player 2 and player 1 when you switch sides. This is basically one of the toughest parts of playing. Of course, not only the Mishimas can do the wave dash, but the wave dash is very much one of their tools. One of their more typical tools, the wave dash and the electric wind ground fist. And these are both moves that, I mean, you think they're hard enough to master on one side, but then you take them to the other side and you're like, yeah, you basically start over from scratch. And to get good at these on one side is basically VGF with all its variations. It's something that takes, I mean, I would say at least a year to be really good at it. And that's for one side. I mean, so I would recommend you to, if you're serious about getting this, I mean, getting good at this, I would practice both sides from the get-go. And I mean, look at me. I mean, it took me quite a while to learn the wave dash on player 1. I mean, I've been able to wave dash for several years, a lot of years actually, on player 2. I was one of the noobs. I remember when I was still not very good at this game, when I played Tekken Dark Resurrection online. I would always pick player 2 spots and play Kazuya or Devil Jin. But as soon as someone hogged the player 1 spot, I would switch to one of my side characters like Fang or something similar, because I was so I didn't have any self-confidence at all, or confidence when it came to my player 1 side, be it wave dashing or electrics. It just didn't work out for me. So yeah, don't be one of those scrubs, and try to get this down on both sides as quickly as possible. Yeah, now I can actually wave dash on player 1 because yeah, I realized that okay, it's hard. I hate how my hand holds the stick on player 1, but I mean, it's for my own sake, you know. I do want to be able to play in tournaments on a good level one day, and yeah, in tournaments you can't really get to choose the side you play on. So I mean, yeah, so if you're serious about Tekken and playing Mishimas, I would work on both sides from the start, and that goes for your EVGF as well. So I hope I've told you everything there is to know about the Wavedash. I can't really think of anything else. If you want, I mean, it's something that it's about as easy to do on a pad as it is when a stick. I mean, that's my opinion. A lot of people like to say that the stick, yeah, magically makes this easier to do, but I don't find that true at all. I've seen a lot of people, me included, get a very decent wave dash on a pad quickly. So yeah, I'm sorry, I just do not agree, but of course it's subjective. It comes down to your own personal preferences. I mean, some people do pick up a stick and perform a wave dash quickly with not a lot of practice, but yeah, some people are different. I know people who are very good at movement on pads, and then they pick up a stick and they're like, holy shit, I can't do anything, and they practice for months, and then they just get rid of a stick and keep playing pad. So it's subjective, you know. There's no universal truth about this. So yeah, that's basically it for the Wavedash. I hope you learned something. Thank you.